So here we have a trigonometric function given by 3 sine squared x minus 2 sine x squared divided by 3x squared. So let us separate the terms in the numerator. So we have limit x going to 0. We have 3 times sine squared x over 3x squared minus 2 over 3 times sine x squared over x squared. So we can get rid of the 3. That will give us limit x going to 0 sine x over x times limit x approaching 0 sine x over x minus 2/3 of limit x approaching 0 sine x squared divided by x squared. So the limiting value of sine x over x is going to be 1. So we have 1 minus 2/3 of the limiting value of sine x squared over x squared, which is also going to be 1. So this is going to give us 1 over 3. So this is the limiting value of the given function when x approaches 0. Let us do another problem. So here we have the trigonometric function cosec x minus cot x divided by x. So we have to find its limiting value. So let us rewrite the numerator as, so we have cosec x, which is the reciprocal of sine x. So we have 1 over sine x minus cot x. So cot x is the ratio of cosine of x divided by sine x divided by x. So we take the LCM of the two terms in the numerator. That will give us 1 minus cosine of x whole divided by x times sine x. Now 1 minus cosine of x can be written as 2 times sine squared x over 2 divided by x times sine x. So we know that sine of 2x is equals to 2 sine x times cosine of x. So sine of x will be equals to 2 times sine of x over 2 times cosine of x over 2. So this is the half angle formula. So we have 2x times sine x over 2 times cosine x over 2. So one of the sine x over 2 gets cancelled out from both the numerator and the denominator, and that's going to leave us with the 2 and 2 also gets cancelled out. So we have limit x tending to 0 sine x over 2 divided by x times cosine of x over 2. Now we know the sine over cos is the tangent function. So we have tangent of x over 2 divided by x. So we are going to divide x by 2 and then we're going to multiply by half. So this is going to give us half because the limiting value of 10x over 2 divided by x over 2 is going to be 1. Let us go to the next problem. So in this question, we need to determine the limiting value of the trigonometric function when x approaches 0. So we have 1 minus cosine of x given by 2 times sine squared x over 2. So if we replace x by m times x, or let's take it as 5 times x, then we have 2 times sine squared of 5x over 2. Similarly, 1 minus cosine of 6x will be equals to 2 times sine squared 6x over 2, which will be equals to 3x. So let us substitute these values into our given function. So we have 2 times, so this is 0, 2 times sine squared 5x over 2 divided by 2 times sine squared over thrice x, which will be equals to limit x approaching 0 the 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so we have sine 5x over 2. So we're going to divide it by 5x over 2 and multiply it by 5x over 2 whole squared. Let's get rid of this formula, or let's bring it here. Times, so we have sine 3x, so we are going to multiply 3x in the numerator and divide by 3x, so this is whole squared. That gives us with limit x tends to 0 sine 5x over 2 divided by 5x over 2 times sine 5x over 2 times 5x over 2 times 25x squared over 4 times thrice x over sine thrice x times thrice x over sine thrice x times 1 over 9x squared. So we have all these values. Clearly there is an x squared term in the numerator and the denominator. So we have 25x squared. So this x squared and the x squared, it gets cancelled out. So that will leave us with 25 over 4 times 9, which is 36, and the limiting value of each of the given function will be equals to 1. So this is the limiting value of the given trigonometric function when x approaches 0. Let's move on to the next question.